I call myself a Silesian artist because I live and work here and I document history here. I had a nice phrase, jestem Śląsk, I jestem z Anglii. Well, it's more like it's a play on, for fun. My hands are full of charcoal and I'm going to places which for me is really interesting to explore, like mines. If I could turn back time and choose Silesia for the second time to live, I would. Yeah, I would. My name is Jordan Rogers. I'm originally from Liverpool in England, the home place of the Beatles. I studied fine art at Lancaster University. After graduating, I wanted an adventure. I felt like I wanted to travel more and learn about different cultures. And also my art was a priority. So I was very passionate to sketch and then have exhibitions where I can show the drawings to local people. I've been living in Poland for 2 years now. However, I was previously a tourist. The first city I went to was Krakow, but then I remember taking a bus from Krakow to Wrocław, and it passed through Katowice. And at the time I didn't know anything about Katowice, the city, and I remember it driving, and I saw Spodek through the window. And then it stopped at the bus station and I decided to get off and explore. So it all began from there. Dzień dobry. Poproszę jeden bilet do Zabrze. Poproszę jeden bilet do Zabrze. Tak.
6 zł.
A gotówko?
Karta?
Nie, gotówko.
Dziękuję.
Dziękuję, do widzenia.
Do widzenia.
I like to explore all the mining history of Silesia. And I like how the cities are very close in this region. The accessibility is really good through public transport. You know, I always take my sketchbook and go. And it's a place I've never been before on my own and sketch. Hey, Vasha. Hey, how are you?
Good, fine. And you?
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. Nice that we have a chance to meet.
Yeah.
Where are you going?
I'm going to Zabrze.
Why?
Yeah, to sketch.
Sketch?
Uh-huh.
Again?
Again?
You sketch something there, right?
I'm sketching everywhere in Silesia.
I know.
I brought you a little present. Because when we went to Tarnowski Góry.
Really?
There you go.
I recognize. That's the redneck.
Yeah?
I also have something. Here you have it.
Oh, wow.
That's the way I remember you, right? From our school. So you recognize it, right? That's the outside.
Yeah, this is me.
This is me.
Uh-huh.
This is kids.
With the kids looking after them.
And the playground, of course.
Yeah. Making sure they don't hurt themselves.
Poznaliśmy się tak standardowo w pracy. 2 lata temu zaczęliśmy uczyć razem w jednej ze szkół. John tam uczył angielskiego, no był native speakerem. Starał się pokazać tę pasję dzieciom, prawda? Uczył ich i rysunku, i fotografii, próbował przemycać jakieś projekty, także widać, że jest takim... Widać, że to nauczanie w nim siedzi.
Kids show what the world is really like. They're real, they're honest. I learn more Polish from the children, but I see how they can pick up my English very fast. I remember they always said, "Poproszę pana Jordana." This is how they engage with me, which is cute.
Pamiętam, że próbowałam go uczyć, no bo ja po prostu moim pierwszym zawodem jest uczenie obcokrajowców polskiego, więc myślałam, że tutaj będę miała duże pole manewru, mając codziennie z nim kontakt, ale był opornym uczniem, jeżeli chodzi o nauczanie polskiego, także to muszę mu jedno wypomnieć, że ale coś tam próbował, tak? Coś próbował, także...
Dzień dobry. Poproszę czarna kawa, małe. Wszystko. Aha.
5,90 będzie.
Okay. Gotówko. Oh, okay. Dziękuję. I can speak a little bit of Polish. Tak sobie, polski. I can say rozumiesz, and I get by. I can order coffee. I can go to a restaurant. I can, simple things that make me blend in. I understand more Polish than I can speak. The first time I got on a train in Poland as well, it was one of the older trains where you have to open the door with this wheel. So I think I was coming into Opole at the time, and I couldn't get off, and there was no one on the carriage in the wagons. And I had to get off at the next stop, another city. I was in the wrong city because I literally couldn't open the door. I didn't know how to. I'd never come into contact with this technology, I have a lot of funny memories. One time I was sat on a bench in the winter, sketching. And the police drove past and stopped because, I was wrapped in a blanket in the snow, you could say. And they just stopped to see if I was okay, I guess. And I showed them the sketch, and then they moved on.
Cześć, halo. Co tam robisz?
Mówić po angielsku?
Yes, of course, no problem. What are you doing?
Oh, I'm just looking at some pictures on my iPad that I've drawn.
I don't even know that it's possible to draw something like this in iPad.
Yeah, I've drawn many. Do you recognize this?
Yeah, it's in the center of Katowice.
Yeah, Skarbek. Yeah, the gallery.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. This is Bayrondo.
Yeah.
Sobie Gnośna. This is the theatre. Do you recognize it?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
also.
Hotel Katowice.
Yeah.
And like I said, I draw it all on an iPad. It's all hand-drawn with my fingers as well. This is what I used to do a few years ago. Now I work in charcoal and pen and ink. I chose to work in charcoal because of the connection with Silesia, because of carbon and in mining history. I wanted to bring them together on paper. When I finished, I'm usually covered in charcoal, but my hands are black and grey. My face, sometimes, So I feel like a miner. One time I saw his eyes and covered in carbon. and he saw that I was drawing, and so I like the crossover. I think it's really important to know about a place you live in. So for me, the places I'm visiting as well, I try and get to know them. I try and learn about them, the mining history, the cabanas. If I have the opportunity to go down, I take it. Cześć, comrade.
Hello, Jordan.
Hey,
nice
how
to
are
meet you. Great, and you?
I'm good, yeah. So I'm in Zabrze, I'm with you now, and I've drawn this.
I know this picture. I know this landscape, I can say, because it's our shaft.
It's the memory that I'd like to hold. I'm leaving Poland, so this is my gift to you.
It's beautiful. It's like a real. What can I give you for exchange? I can invite you to the shaft to see the mine, the heart of the earth, the mine from inside.
Awesome. I've never been inside. Guido?
Let's go. Kiedy zobaczyłem jego szkice pierwszy raz, byłem pod głębokim wrażeniem. To też taka troszkę metafizyka, że człowiek tworzący węglem maluje coś, co ten węgiel daje. Maluje kopalnie, maluje szyby. Now we are 320 meters below the surface. The size is exactly the same like Eiffel Tower, because it has got also 320 meters, but to the other side. This mine was normal real mine till 1995. It's not always like that we can walk in beautiful, comfortable spaces. Very often under the ground we have to walk on our knees because the corridors, crosscuts are very, very small, even smaller than this one. We are in the middle of the long wall, of the coal long wall.
And with these walls, those holes, are they for drilling?
Yes, exactly. During the period of time when our mine was experimental, here miners were tested new type of drillers. Sometimes from the shaft to the place of working is like 10 kilometers. So by foot, it's impossible to go there. That's why in mines we have this kind of communication, like a special subway, like in London City, but much more deeper below the surface. Jadymy! Mam nadzieję, że Jordanowi na Śląsku się podobało, że nasza gotka, nasza kuchnia, nasze działchy mu wpadły w oko. I jeszcze kiedyś sam tu do nas wróci, nie ino gruba będziemy zwiedzać, ale i może razem poszkicujemy coś fajnego.
What I really like here is that there's a cultural trail you can follow. So cities have protected the heritage. Katowice and Liverpool have some similarities. So you can think about textile industry and red brick buildings and architecture. So for me, when I walk around Katowice, I feel like it's a second home. People I meet along the way, sometimes they can be negative about Poland. Why do you live in Poland? It's so bad. Which I don't like to hear. Poland has a lot to offer. It's been good to me, so I'll always remember that. I think I can see some similarities and differences between Silesian people and Polish people. I mean, what I really value here is that they hold tradition, values. Family is very important. At first, it's a little bit difficult, to befriend. But once they get to know you, you're like family, So I really value this. I've experienced Christmas in Silesia, and Easter, and a wedding as well. So I've been part of life here. Before I leave, I'd like to present some personal sketches to friends who I've met along the way. They have a lot of value to me and they have memories. And then in the future, you know, in 5 years, 10 years, even 20, who knows? I'd love to visit these places, for example, Shipmache, where I had the exhibition, and show family where I lived. Cześć, Mateusz. Hey, how are you?
Good, and you?
I'm good, thank you.
Fine.
So I'm here today because I actually have brought you something. So here I have
Wow.
one of the sketches that I
Very
did
nice. I like it.
for the exhibition that we worked with together.
Yes, I remember.
Uh-huh.
And I have a few photos from you,
Oh, yeah?
from your exhibition. Let's see it.
Yeah, let's have a look.
Jordan się bardzo ucieszył, że zaproponowałem mu tutaj właśnie organizację jego wystawy. Prace bardzo ciekawe, pokazujące w zupełnie nowy, nieznany mi do tej pory sposób obiekty przemysłowe tutaj na Śląsku. Chyba najbardziej mnie urzekło to, że między innymi wśród tych prac znalazł się również nasz szyb Maciej, właśnie narysowany węglem.
Art is my passion. I mean, every day I'm inspired by places I visit, observations, what I come into contact with. I feel the city itself is like a canvas, so I try and make something of it. Because you know, I'm not Polish, I'm not from here, I feel like I see the city from a different perspective. Obviously, there's a few mines which are abandoned and derelict, which is a shame, and show a different type of beauty. You know, to one person, a building with smashed windows and dirty and is ugly for them, but for me, I hope I can sketch it in a new light. My favorite places to visit and sketch in Silesia, for sure Katowice, as I live here, and the area near Spodek. For me, the building itself is an icon, and I can see how it's very important to people here. I always thought you could walk around the top, and I was disappointed when I learned you couldn't. I've sketched hundreds of drawings of Silesia, different cities here, many in pen and ink. I think about 26 in charcoal. The number would be higher, but because of the lockdown, I was unable to get out of my flat, which was a really big shame for me. So when the coronavirus pandemic started here in Poland, I considered flying back to the UK, while the airports were still open. However, I didn't want to just run away. I learned that I'm comfortable, with myself during isolation. I learned I have really good friends here in Katowice who were, very helpful. I learned that family is very important. And yeah, it made me see the world in a different way, I guess.
Is there anything you regret?
I regret not learning Polish more, not spending the time to learn it. But for me, my priority was art. It always will be. My plan, go back to the UK, help out at home, and yeah, see what happens.
Are there things you were missed from Poland?
I miss a lot of things about Poland, friends, Katowice, living here for sure. It's made a good impression on me. I'll visit as a tourist, I'll visit my friends. I'll come back for winter, Christmas markets. Poland has a lot to offer.
Is anything that you want to say to us, Polish people?
It's very important to learn about where you're living and be open, This is what would make life easier, openness. Living in Poland and here in Silesia, I've learned a lot, and it's been a big adventure for me. I've learned a lot about myself, and I feel, I've grown up, and now I'm ready to go home. Okay, dziękuję. Do widzenia. Bye bye.